What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this is the first video of the tournament. It was like, I think it was like 56 people tournament. First prize takes a PS5. It was in Fontana. The shop was Collectible Exchange, which it was really spacious. I would say it was really pretty well organized. It did started just slightly later than the time, but in the way it was cool because the car shop owner was letting people join. I guess last minute. The more the merrier, I guess. Uh, Not much of a complaint. The only thing that for me, the only thing that sucks is it was like an hour drive. So if it started later, obviously it ends later, and that means I'll be driving really late. I left really late. I got home extremely late, and I didn't even stay for the whole event because the two other homies that went with me, they weren't doing as good, and I can tell that they were hungry, wanted to leave. And towards the fifth round, I believe it's the fifth round, I lost, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm a top, so let's just leave. Let's go eat. But overall, it was a great experience. We're willing to do it again, but maybe this time take two cars just in case. If one or two people want to leave, they have a car, and whoever's doing good can still stay, and hopefully they top. But anyways, getting back to the tournament. This was my very first duel of the tournament, and I was going against Machinas. Um, I didn't know how Machinas run. That's why you see me reading the cards a lot. It's not a common deck that I see at my locals or pretty much anywhere. Um, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was running like just like straight like ancient gear slash Machinas, I guess. And I know people run like gadgets and Machinas, but not this one. And that fortress thing special summons itself like from anywhere, which is pretty crazy. And it's a high beater. In the gate, well, it doesn't negate, but it unless it's equipped with the Union monster, but it does discards a card from your hand if it gets targeted, which is it's just crazy overall. To be honest, it's crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Didn't really know what to do or how to go like about it. The guy was really chill, really cool. But yeah, I was just like, what? Machinas, like, what do they do? Like, I honestly was just so confused. Um, I don't know if you'll see it in this video because it is sped up, but I was reading a lot of their cards. And also I was asking him if he could explain some because I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I've that I remember, I haven't faced a Machina deck now that I'm playing Edison, but back in the days when like 2010 era, um I don't think Machinas was really like popular like that. So I was like, yeah. But anyways, I tried to special summon, and he oppression, but then I solemn judgment because I do have dark arm, I believe. Sorry for the glare. I was recording at a weird angle. The location was pretty full, and I had to work with what I have. But he MSTs, Iberio. I returned the cards back to the graveyard. Um, he summons that little guy to get the fortress again, and I'm like, dude, like it just I was barely able to remove one, and now you're gonna summon another one. It's crazy, and the fact that it could pitch itself with another card, that's just broken. Like that's just crazy good. You get a basic like nothing. Like it's crazy. But it's really cool to see like other decks like popping up. Not just like the same old regular decks that's like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, you know. You did see a lot of heroes in this tournament. Heroes, some Blackwings and some Lightsworns, but heroes were dominating. Not in the sense that they were doing good, but they were dominating in the sense that a lot of players were using them. So he did take round one, because again I didn't know what the hell what's going on. I put in a few sides, just in case I think it's gonna help me. I mirror force that guy only because I have Raiko, and I was like, okay, I could clear his back row and I could go for like some damage, and it's exactly what I did. Um, that's the only reason why I mirror force. Usually, I would have not mirror force that guy because I obviously it's Raiko. But I was like, I know if I destroy his monster, he's gonna set one or two cards, which he did, and I was lucky that he only set one. Um, I get Greffer, pitch, Vayu and Soroku. Um, I'm able to special summon arm wing, and I do some pretty good damage. 4,200. Not bad, I would say, especially being my second turn. He draws and he said, "Yep, I can do shit." Scoops. So I get round two, and this is round three. Um, Round two was really fast. I don't know what he had. I don't know how bad it was or how good it was. But honestly, round three it starts with fucking juice. He searches his fortress with that little guy, pitches to special summon a fortress. And then he pitches another one to special another fortress. And I'm like, what the fuck? Two fortress, like, is fucking crazy. Like what's going on? Like it's crazy. Um but you know what? It's Vayu Turbo. I was like, let's do what we can and see what happens. He swings into my Raikou. He looks at my hand. He's reading Dark Arm. I guess he wasn't really too familiar with Dark Arm. And I had Raikou and Chaos Sorcerer. But he said, I don't want to see Chaos Sorcerer. You don't have Dark Monsters in your graveyard. But because Raikou flipped to destroy, I mill, and it was a Plague Spreader and an Armageddon, which was perfect because now Chaos Sorcerer is a dark. I'm able to special summon Dark Arm, but because I don't want him to look at my hand or pitch anything from my hand to the graveyard, I was like, dude, I have to set everything like that way he doesn't like fuck with my hand. Uh, so I set Raikou. I do set Charge of the Lab Brigade. I think that's the name of it. Even though I didn't have a target, but I just set it just for like a bluff. So I pitch, I remove to pop. He saves it. I remove to pop. I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Remove to pop. Boom. And then I swing for 28. I was like, okay, cool. Now I feel pretty confident because he only has two cards in his hand. The fact that he could pitch that again, see, you see me reading it. I I just don't play against Machina stuff that often. The fact that you could pitch it and special summon it from your graveyard as well is fucking ridiculous. And it doesn't say it has to be in like the exact number. It could be like the same number or more, so it's even better. Um, so he swings to my Raikou, which I'm like, okay, cool, destroy. And then I was like, no hand, and I pitch a Greffer and Necrogarna. So I remove his last back row, and he only has two cards. He heavies, but then he says GG's, and I take round one, boys. Game one's for me.